Let me start by saying that I don't know how to fully feel on both of the movies I'm going to be talking about in this video. I mean, yes, I do know each of them have their own fan base that is eager to see them, but maybe you'll understand my opinion as the video goes on. I'll start with the AVGN movie, and let me just say that I do like AVGN, but a lot of you, particularly the fan base, can't deny that his newer episodes aren't as good as his older episodes. Even when Lloyd Kaufman appeared as the first major guest star for the Toxic Crusader games episode, it didn't have the same charm as the older episodes. Now, James did announce that the AVGN movie was a project a little while back when he uploaded a video of him talking about it on his YouTube channel, and we eventually got a trailer for it uploaded onto his channel on November 10th, 2012, and well, maybe one of my doubts about this movie came from the fact that after I saw the entire trailer for the first time, I didn't laugh once from it. Now, surely there were hundreds of angry video game nerd fans that laughed at this trailer, and I don't have a problem with it, but angry video game nerd to some people like me is usually quite funny, and I wasn't laughing at anything in this trailer, being dead serious here on the first watch, not even at that cheesy alien mess James was putting on in one scene. From the information about this movie that I gathered from looking around, this movie involves the AVGN going on a road trip to discover if there were really ET cartridges buried out in a desert, but the government accidentally mistakes him for wanting to discover extraterrestrials. Now, this movie could be the big thing that could help bring AVGN back into the spotlight more, or it could be a massive letdown. In fact, I've even read some comments on some uploads of people talking about the trailer that this movie is actually being released too late when the nerd isn't as good as he used to. I can't disagree with that because, as much as I like the nerd, the newer episodes before the trailer got released weren't as good, and this movie could be a big letdown to big fans of the show. In my opinion, this movie could possibly give AVGN a bigger chance of getting better in the future, and also give some of his fans a great movie, but at the same time it could also be a massive disappointment after all the hype has been built up, and it won't be too good. Who knows what'll happen. Let's now move on to Equestria Girls 2 Rainbow Rocks, or as some people like to call it, the sequel that no one was asking for. From what the Rainbow Rocks trailer presented us with, it appears the story will have the human main six in a band, although this movie will hopefully clear up some things, like, is that Twilight from the Pony world back in the human world, or is this the other human Twilight Pinkie mentioned in the first movie? The human Pinkie Pie, that is. My opinions on the sequel are, well, this movie could possibly have a better soundtrack than the first one, but the story, on the other hand, I am not sure what to think about it since this trailer doesn't really give us much to work with. I'll also give this to you guys to think about. Remember some of the strongest episodes in the series so far, like Pinkie Pride, Hurricane Fluttershy, Sisterhood Social, A Canterlot Wedding, Family Appreciation Day, Drakenshy, and even the Crystal Empire? Remember how strong the writing was in those episodes? Now, compare the writing to Equestria Girls to those strong episodes. Most likely, a lot of you will notice that the writing in Equestria Girls doesn't have the same quality as the show. In fact, that's the problem with Equestria Girls. Well, at least just one of the problems, is that the material it has isn't strong enough to use the writer's true talent to their full potential. Well, okay, Megan McCarthy was the only writer for this movie, but still, she's the show's current head writer, and this film is quite weak compared to the other great episodes she's delivered for the My Little Pony FIM show. Going back to Rainbow Rocks, if she's going to be the only writer for this second movie, could it possibly have a better story than the first Equestria Girls film? Daniel Ingram also tweeted that there would be 12 new songs, so is it possible this movie could also have a better soundtrack than the first movie? Now, the writing done by the writers on the show has been mostly good, with the obvious exception of some mediocre episodes, such as Ghostbusters, The Mysterious Ne'er-Do-Well, Spike at Your Service, and Just for Psychics. But the Equestria Girls movies seem to limit the writers' ability to write good story more because of the material they have to work with. I have seen 3 Hasbro shorts for the movie, but they still don't give me much of an opinion of how this movie will turn out when it's finally released. And also going back to the trailer, some of the other additions to the cast look strange. So that's all I have to say on these 2 movies, and honestly, I don't know which one will turn out better. A movie based on a web series that isn't as good as it used to be, or a sequel to a film that wasn't that good in the first place and may possibly be weaker in both plot and soundtrack. Let me know what you think of in the comments below, and I'll see you later.